Hello, Scorpio. Welcome. This is going to be your reading for the month of January and going into the new year. We are already in the new year, so this is going to be an overall energy that I am choosing right now. Let's see. Five of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords. Okay. So there's something that you are clear about. There's something clear about the situation. Something about honesty, directness. So you're coming in like very sure about your situation in some way. Someone I just heard could admire your clarity or your spoken determination, your spoken word. Someone admires this. The Four of Voices in reverse and the Strength. Yeah, those two wanted to come out. So, you're maintaining, like, okay, as you can see, her eyes, they are closed. It's like she has her eyes closed. But if you look closely, like it's almost like she could be pretending to be asleep, is the feeling I'm getting. Kind of like I'm listening, but I'm uncomfortable. I already know how this situation goes. It's kind of how it is. But you're maintaining, like you're biting your tongue basically. Because of the Strength in reverse, this is where you're just like, it's when you feel like you're being triggered a little bit, or you feel like you've been patient in something, and you're kind of like, okay, this is hard for me. This is like, ew. It's one of those kinds of feelings. Especially, okay, this girl that's sitting on top, it could represent like how you're very calm within the situation. But when she's in reverse, it can seem like she's not listening, or she's not paying enough attention, or she just doesn't understand. When it's in reverse, it's kind of like when someone doesn't get it and you're like, oh, that's unfortunate. Like you're like, oh no, like, how do I say that? You're like, that's not what I meant. No, that's not what you're saying. It's sort of like, I'll just keep myself quiet. That's basically what this is. I will just keep myself quiet, and you're focused somewhere else though. Like there's still somewhere else that you're focusing. You're like, okay, I've heard that story before. You're in like a place of clarity and truth. Yeah. The Muse of Materials and the Upright. So this is where you could be sitting there and you're saying like, or something similar to, let's just get to the truth of the situation or the bottom of the situation. You're really holding it together is what's going on. You're really holding it together. The World in reverse. Yeah, it's like there's certain things. I'm just going to show you this card. It's like there's certain things that are going missed within like someone's perspective. But also this is a learning experience. So it's like someone's head is in the clouds and they seem like they know what they're doing, but it's hard because of something. With this card, this is like the Four of Swords, so it's like there's a gap. There's something like in the middle, or there's something missed with the lighting. It's like, oh, that's unfortunate. One of those things. But it is a process and it is a learning experience. So I'm just going to put this up here. You're like, oh, she didn't notice that. I noticed that. Scorpio. Eight of Materials in reverse. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. And Seven of Voices also says that there's like a cloud. Yeah, there's so many cards trying to come out. There's like a cloud of judgment. Yeah, like so much at once. Seven of Voices is like there's things that are missed, but there's also like you're being very strategic. However, there's so much going on, like you're working so hard. To the point where things are going missed. Like there are some things that are going missed and it's normal. It's like you're juggling several things and you're like, come on, like you're trying to be calm and patient and understanding. And then like the path is clear though. The path is very clear. This is about your security, your finances. This could be about a job, a car, something that you're securing. Like you could be walking forward in some way in this situation. And you might not have had the rest that you needed. Like there's still some things that you think are needing to be changed and that are missed and that you know that they are. It's one of those things where you're like, someone can't do all of this at once. But at the same time, there's another chapter. There's this side of you as well, like it's sort of like a dark side that comes out. Some kind of dark side comes out that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but then you become kind of like this mysterious person in the mix. It's very interesting. You're sitting there like, yeah, this is the way it is. You're like, who does this? How does this even work? How is someone supposed to manage something is another question. Nine of Inspiration. You're very quiet and you're very like, your demeanor is very like sharp with the Ace of Swords. Knight of Emotions in reverse. Four of Inspiration. This has to do with things that you are trying to put in place and you feel like what you have to work with is, yeah, you're like, this isn't, you might feel like you're dealing with certain people that do not understand, like they won't understand. Like a whole series I'm hearing of different people that you wouldn't normally fit in with. Like there's a whole long line of people that you're like, I don't think that that's something that I feel comfortable with. At the same time, though, you're managing, like there's a side of you that comes out that is different. Even though you're not comfortable, like I feel like there's something now that you're saying, you're imagining, it's not comfortable for me to do this type of thing. And so you want to avoid it. And then there's a part of you that, like, this person looks so like, oh, well, we've dealt with that before. Oh, we've heard that before. Oh, you're fine. Like, no worries. And this is in reverse, and this is the Six of Cups in reverse. It's like you really don't have to stress too much about it, but it's easier said than done. Others are around you, they do something and you're just like, well, that's not the way that I would feel comfortable, or that's not the way. It seems so simple. And it's like this door that you approach and then you kind of shy away from. However, you're still walking down a path. And so you haven't yet learned something completely. There's someone who's exhausted. Like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired of this. So it might be that you need more rest. There's something that someone's managed to do that you can see that there's exhaustion. And the communication style, you're like, okay, well, that's something new. I feel like you're just not sure if you fit in or not. You're going to revisit the situation. You're not sure that this is something you want to be involved with. You feel kind of uncomfortable, so I feel like you're stepping back and then you're coming back to it. Page of Emotions in reverse. You're like, we'll wait and see. There might be a certain style that changes things. It changes the way you fit in, or like the way that you approach something. There's something unique to what you have to offer that is very important because of the path and because of the stability and the security. The Star in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah. This is divinely guided, but it's being revisited again in reverse. So it seems like there's a perfect direction, but you are shy in the situation in some way, and you're still learning. Right now it might feel like you're kind of out of the spotlight, or out of the, like, it feels like there's a glow that you would have that isn't there. And you're just not sure. Six of Materials. You feel guided. You're feeling confused is what's going on. And then we have the Knight of Emotions. So there is progression forward. Yeah. There is progression forward. Three of Materials. Yeah, there's something about a group of people, though, that you're not quite sure where they come, like what they're doing, or it's something about other people that has you feeling led somewhere else in a way, but then you don't feel like you have hope in some way. It's just a lot of second guessing. The King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. The Magician. Yeah. So you're proceeding forward. You have alternatives to work with that are like yet to be uncovered, but there is a certain magic that is really powerful that you're stepping into with several different things at once. And there's someone who's like, "Oh, I've waited for you for so long. This is something I've been waiting for." And you're like, "I don't know." But there is a positive movement forward with the Knight of Cups. Someone that you'll talk to and that you'll revisit a connection. You might have an interview as well. But there's something small and subtle about what's going on that's really important. Okay, Scorpio, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you hopefully soon.